Why, hey, 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 hello, hello. It's Thursday, and I am so thrilled to have everybody joining us. My name is Tuna, and right next to me is my dearest friend, Dr. Michael
Dr. Michael
Gross.
Gross. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
We have a wonderful presentation for you. Michael's going to be sharing his topic, the synergy of energy and youth. But before we do that, just really, really quick, I'm going to give you a quick intro on how amazing this Dr. Michael Gross really, truly is. Okay. Dr. Michael Gross is a professional keynote speaker, energy transformational coach, an entrepreneur, and the author of the Spiritual Primer, applying God's 12 transformational laws to reawaken your soul by reconnecting to God, the true source, to experience your true source's love, joy, and happiness. He helps you achieve an unlimited life. For over 30 years, Dr. Michael Gross has been a spiritual teacher, a multidimensional healer, a transformational coach, who is exceptionally skilled in all aspects of soul, oversoul, frequencies, vibrations, body timing, life force energies, and a lot more. Dr. Michael Gross holds many, many degrees and certifications, and one of his degrees is he's got a doctorate of alternative healing psychology. He's also a Reiki master teacher, a thought field therapist, a certified professional hypnotherapist, and a non denominational minister. He offers workshops including reconnection to God, the true source, cellular release, manifestation protocols, energy, multidimensional healing, enlightenment, and oh, many others. Michael is also an international intuitive consultant for corporations and has traveled halfway around the world. His clients are in USA, Australia, New Zealand, South America, Asia, and now his messages are even being heard in the Baltic countries, Sweden, and South Korea. And I am truly, truly blessed and honored to be introducing this incredible soul to you tonight because he has such a powerful message. I'm going to put his contact information in the comments, but you go ahead and post your questions in the comments as well. And I'm going to give the floor to Michael. And don't forget, Michael, you have a message regarding your nonprofit, okay?
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. As we look around the world and everything that's going on, we have to look about the energy and how energy affects us. And as I said many times before, if you go to a party and you're tired and everybody's happy, you're happy. And vice versa. You go to a party, you're happy, and everybody's depressed, you become happy. So now we can see on an energetic process, the energy, how it affects us. It's the fight or flight or frozen syndrome, depending upon what the situation is. But I'd like to also discuss with you the energy that's around you that involves doing different things. So we'll talk about, first of all, the energy of food. And the energy of food is so important because it's fuel. It's like putting gas in your tank or, driving your car or whatever you're doing, or diesel fuel, or having, electricity to power your house or whatever the situation. Look at your body as a very special vehicle. And this special vehicle is very sensitive to everything, but it's very powerful. I mean, look what we do. We overdo like sugar and we don't die or anything like that, but it causes us to have a lot of energy or makes us a little funky. Or perhaps you have some allergies to foods and that affects your body. What I want to address or desire to address right now is different types of synergy of energy. So synergy really means one in cooperation with and team with and working in harmony and balance. And look what we do to our bodies and how wonderful our bodies are. We eat too much, we get stressed, we get emotionally upset, we get all these things are going on. And this synergy of energy affects our body. So for example, we're under stress. What is the synergy? Well, it's a disharmony, it's unbalance. What happens? You have high blood pressure, maybe heart condition, maybe kidney failure, maybe diabetes, maybe you'll age a lot faster, you'll lose your hair, or other things may occur. And then again, if we look around and say to ourselves, the big hot new one thing is now gummy bears, which they say is safe for you to use, and then microdosing, which I'm not sure it is, but some kind of a drug, or maybe doing drugs. Is your body really in harmony and balance with it? No, it's a band-aid. How do you think it affects it? So look at a plant. You take a plant and you put some water in it, maybe a little bit of fertilizer. And then some plants need the sun and it flourishes. What happens if you overwater it? It's going to begin to die. Or you forget to water it, it's going to begin to die. Or you put too much fertilizer in it, it's going to begin to die. Or it needs sun and you take it out of the sun, it's going to begin to die. Think about you when you are overfeeding, overwatering it, not giving it enough attention, not looking after it, not listening to what is good and healthy and wonderful for you. Your body is going to respond. And think about the energy of how you feel when someone says something negative to you, or how you feel when you get a compliment, or you do something really constructive and you're proud of yourself. We have to now begin to look at that synergy of energy. And is it compatible with your body? You know innately whether it is compatible with your body or it isn't compatible with your body. And you know, the art of healing, and I call it an art of healing, it's so important for us to realize something. And that is when you are at disharmony with your body, you have an illness, maybe high blood pressure, cancer, diabetes, whatever the illness is, even a fever or cold, means you are out of harmony with the synergy of energy in your body. How do you get that way? Perhaps it's by the food, or perhaps it's by the emotions. Every emotion, which is energy, affects you, affects what you're going to do, the outcome of your body. Everything does. So, truly, what are we looking at here? We're looking at how do we come in harmony with the synergy of energy in our body? Big word, synergy of energy. Just think, are we in harmony with this or that? You know, when you go out to a party and you're having a good time, it's great. Maybe you drink a little bit too much, and then you get a little bit of buzz. Why are you drinking too much? Well, you're having a good time and you want to erase the pain. Can't you have a good time with a stimulating conversation? Or perhaps they do gummy bears or microdosing or who knows what, peyote or whatever it may be. And that's what we got to begin to look at. Your body is a fine home machine. It overcomes a lot of the stresses we put on it, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. But this is a year where we now have to pay attention to what are we believing, what are we accepting, and what are we putting in our body. So if we look at the political factor all over the world, and I'm being apolitical, which means trying to be neutral, we listen to what people are saying. We either go, yeah, yeah, that's right. Oh, happy, happy. Or hate, 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 anger, anger, anger. What is happening? And there seems to be some kind of collusion of creating an unbalanced unhappiness within our life. Now, they can do that all they want. It's you accept it. Do you believe in it? Do you allow it to come into your life? Many, many countries are going to have elections. And I always say, okay, don't listen to the press. What's your soul say? What does your inner guidance say? What is the best choice? Keyword is choice. Not perfect, but better than some other choices. And what is the choice you are doing in your life? Are you unhappy with your job? Are you unhappy with relationships? So the first thing is, if you have a sliver in your finger, you're going to leave it in your finger, and then what happens? It gets infected, your finger begins to grow, it's painful, and then you have to lance it, and then the pus leaves it, and you pull out the sliver, a little painful, and then you begin to heal and you feel much better. Why wait till that happens? Why wait? The most important thing is for each one of us to discern, to choose whatever we choose to believe in that is best for ourselves. In other words, true inner source guidance, not what somebody else says, or it could be applicable, or what the press says, or something else. What really feels right with you without the ego. You see, everything within our ego has to justify everything. Well, you had too much, apple pie and ice cream, but it was good. It was worth it. I'll pay the price. And so what happens is, you know, you do it again and again and again. You're uncomfortable. Maybe you can't sleep, or you have indigestion or whatever. Instead of saying, I'm going to have a slice of apple pie and ice cream, that's it. Excuse me, I'm just good. I'm perfect with that. No, but most people overdo everything in our life. We're always looking for an outside solution. For example, a diabetic, they're not supposed to have sweets, but they eat a lot of sweets. Maybe it's the holiday. I'll just take an injection. It'll make me in harmony and balance. Well, one thing I've learned about diabetes, and that is if you're diabetic, I've learned by controlling the food and whatever you eat and diet that you can overcome it. But you can take pills or insulin. But what does diabetes do over time? It acts like rust and begins to affect your body. We hear about people who are diabetic, they lost their toe, their finger, their leg, whatever it may be. But why do they allow this to happen? What is it in each one of us that allows it to occur? And what is our belief system? And are we fight or flight or frozen? Are we arrogant? We want to show somebody something, or we just want to turn around and say, I can do anything and I'm invincible. And these are the things we need to look at. So now we need to look at honoring our body. And that's so important because your body will tell you whatever you need or don't need. And again, I've used the analogy of a baby. I remember my daughter or son, we gave them baby food. So they had carrots and chicken and let's say peas. Next day for lunch, my wife would give them the leftovers. They didn't want any part of it. So instead, they wanted, let's say, beef and they wanted potatoes and carrots. They would eat it. And a couple of days later, if she didn't throw it out, refrigerated, it was still healthy, she'd give them the same thing. The child knows what its body needs. You innately know what your body needs, but you override it. And now is the time for us to pay attention to our bodies, pay attention to our thoughts and our emotions, because you see, it's not in synergy, it's not in balance with what's happening. Why is it out of balance? It's everything we hear, we see, it's other people's opinion. Some people, when they're, angry or upset, they're stress eaters, comfort food. Other people, when stressed and angry, they don't eat and they starve their bodies. All these things are going on, but we tend to ignore it. I want to pause here for a minute because I know T would like to say something.
Thank you, Michael. I have a question on that. With everything that's going on with our agricultural system and our food right now, and you're telling us that we have to listen to our body to get the food that we need into our body. Am I right in understanding that we can heal our own bodies by listening to our bodies? And how do we make sure that what we're eating is safe for us to eat with all the pollutants going on in the world?
Well,
Two
that's a very
questions.
good point. I'd like to illustrate a point. So, Tio and I were in Estonia, Finland, and Sweden, and they have almost every hotel, a huge sumptuous breakfast, like 14, 15 items. And they had croissants and desserts and, you know, fruits and vegetables and all kinds of stuff. And so I picked out. So that was
I
like a
do
little
too.
brunch. So we didn't have lunch and then we had dinner and then we would have dessert and all that stuff. Well, after almost 2 weeks there, I came back and got on the scale. Ate like a horse. It dropped 2 pounds. What does that tell you? And then there was another woman that I was watching on Facebook, and she's German, and she went to Germany. She had gelato, and she had milkshakes, and she had sausage and bacon, and all kinds of cheeses and everything. And she said she came back and got on the scale and dropped 2 pounds. What does that tell you? Tells you that in our foodstuffs, there are so many chemicals that are affecting us. So, how can we heal our bodies? Was your question. Well, we all know that the animals that we eat, unless they're organic, have hormones for quick growth so the farmers can grow them and they can sell them and collect more money and make more profit. Well, what they've discovered is the hormones that they're giving them. is now affecting boys and girls, so they're reaching puberty a lot younger age. Pretty amazing. Yet I was talking to someone the other day, and they're saying that the granddaughter was brought up all organic and natural foods, and nothing that was pre-made or bought in the supermarket, unless it was organic. And she was saying that her granddaughter, for her age, was a little bit smaller, a little shorter, but a lot healthier and had more energy. And if we look around at our young people today, not all of them, they're pudgy. Even older people are pudgy because of the food we're ingesting. So it's up to us to take responsibility. If we said, no, we don't want all the meats with hormones in it, we don't want all the chemicals, all the GMO, all that stuff, the farmers and the industry would change. Instead, we just get lackadaisical and we just do whatever we can. Well, for me, and I'm beginning to, eat as much organic as I can, and also pasture fed as much as I can, and natural food as much as I can. And it's so important for us to do that. It's so strange they don't allow all these things in Europe, but they allow it here. Should raise some red flags like, oh, what's really going on? But now we can make those changes in our bodies, and we can make ourselves healthy. A very good friend of mine who decided to change his diet and eliminated lots of stuff. And he was on high blood pressure pills, and he was on pre-diabetic or diabetic shots. And within a year, didn't eat any of it because he changed his diet. Pretty amazing. What does that tell you? Well, the medical industry only knows what they're being taught. They are beginning to understand changing our diet makes us more healthy. But it's up to each one of us to make that decision. Because you see, our body, what the mind can conceive, the body will believe. So whatever you're saying to your body, whatever you're doing to your body goes, okay, yep, and just accepts it, and then gives you a warning system: high blood pressure, diabetes, indigestion, GERD, whatever you want to call it. It's telling you you need to change. You are so powerful with your body and your thoughts and a synergy of energy, which has to do with belief, acceptance and faith that you can heal your body. You can. There are many miraculous stories about souls that one of them I knew was given 6 months to live, and I mentioned this before. And she said she ran through the forest all over barefooted, singing and dancing mentally. And she did it 3 or 4 times a day, every day, and for 6 months. And she was still here, and that was 5 years ago, and there was no cancer. So she believed that she made herself joyous and happy. And joyous and happy has to do with being loving and honoring your body. You can change anything within your body. You can do that. However, the human side of us goes, well, I tried it for 3.2 milliseconds. Nothing's happened. It's not going to work. Or I hear people, nothing's going to work. Nothing's going to work. And I say, why are you saying this? What are you manifesting? And they go, no, I'm not manifesting anything, but it's just the truth. No, it's your belief system. It's your faith, belief, and acceptance that is going to happen. Nothing can change that. That's so important for us to realize. I recently lost my daughter-in-law that's age 46, and she had a genetic disease. And the doctors told her that she was stage 4 cancer, signet cell carcinoma, and that she wouldn't last more than 7 months, and then, chemotherapy, nothing would work. Yep, she lasted 7 months. And I was so angry, so upset, because I felt like saying, well, if the doctor's going to tell you that, why don't he give you a coffin with a nail in it, put you in it right away? Because now he's changed your belief system. What you understand is that your belief system, which is an energy and frequency and vibration of failure, death, or incompleteness, or punishment, or whatever you're believing, is affecting your body. In this case, it was the energy of death. And I will tell you, I tried to work with her a little bit, but she was convinced she was going to die. So who's more powerful? You are, because you are not accepting the energy of love and healing, because you've accepted a predestination that you were going to die within 7 or 8 months, period. One of the things is that my grandchildren went away to a cancer camp, as a camp for parents who have cancer, for a week. And so, my son said she was failing, didn't know she would last. And again, being able to talk to her soul and ask her to hang on until the kids came back and she could spend some time with the kids. And she did. And she was they thought she was going to die on a Friday, which when the kids were coming back, and she lasted to Monday or Tuesday and then birthed out peacefully. So you see, something changed, that her soul accepted that. And her desire to see her children made her hang in there longer. How powerful is that? And how powerful it is she said, no, I can't die. I have to be there for my children. And really believed it and put the energy into it. What would have happened? We don't know. It could have lasted a long time. Whatever it is, synergy of energy, it's up to you to bring through an energy that makes you feel joyous, happy, and wonderful. Very simple. If you're feeling down or depressed, think of something you did as a child. Maybe it's the first time you rode a bike. Maybe it's when you passed your driver's license. Maybe you had a birthday and it was a wonderful gift that you wanted so badly. Anything that makes you happy. Maybe it's having an ice cream sundae or whatever. Just whatever makes you happy. Change your thinking, change your life, change your energy. You heal. You become younger, stronger, and healthier. And I hear everybody say, I do it, but it doesn't work. Yes, I do it, but it doesn't work. You're already negating it. You're already blocking it. And they go, no, I'm not. Then why are you saying it doesn't help? Well, it doesn't help. No, you're accepting it doesn't help. So therefore, you're negating that you're healing or whatever. Listen to your words. Listen to your thoughts. It is so important for you to understand that. Now we're at a precipice at this time, this moment, this second, that you have to look at the synergy of energy that you're existing, being with, living with, and having. It's so important that you need to do that. And you need to do that because there's more pandemics, more illness and diseases coming forth. Do you want to be part of it? Do you want to live in fear of it? Do you really want to live in fear of it? Because if you desire to live in fear, you're right. You're right. As Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. Right. Whether you think you can, live a long life, you're right. Whether you think you can't because some disease or illness, you're right. It's up to you. When we realize that we have free will, free choice to choose, and we must be constitutionally, our energy, our frequency, and our vibration be strong, then nothing, no one can ever negatively affect us. It's only when we surrender that energy that is not in harmony and balance with the synergy of our life that creates chaos. Well, these are a lot of things I wish and desire for you to think about. And of course, you can contact me because TU has put that information in the chats, and I offer a complimentary consultation for new people, and really would enjoy talking to you and enjoy sharing things with you. So I thought I would share something with you that just recently happened. And there was a beautiful soul that I talked to, and it was a complimentary session. And she said she wanted to become more spiritual and that she believed she had angels and guides. And I go, oh, cool. She said, yes. 27 years ago, I walked into this store called Michael's Angels, full of angels. And this guy gave me an intuitive reading and said I was surrounded with guardian angels, an angel, the archangel Michael. And she said, then I went to, his name was Michael. She said, then I went to Olympia 3-4 days later and saw an angel shop, but I couldn't get in, it was closed. And that person changed my life. And I realized that I was protected and I could have a spiritual path and be successful. And she is, and do wonderful things. And I laughed. Oh, I said, I know that guy, Michael. Well, how do you know him? It was me. She said, shut up. You got to be kidding. I said, no. I told her the address, what the store looked like, and everything. 27 years ago. I said, wow, it was amazing. And I bring that out not for kudos for me. And that was the message she was supposed to have. but it's whatever you learn at any given time that can change your life. And it changed her life. And you see the synergy of energy now has come full circle. And they say when the person is ready, the mentor or teacher will appear. And that's really what's happening. So we're all about changing your life, to you and I, creating a synergy of healing and love and joy. And that's what we're here for. That's why we wrote our books. But we'll get into that in a moment. I wanted to share with you that every Tuesday night from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, we do call Soul Awakening. It's on freeconferencecall.com where you call in and ask any question, and hopefully I can, give you an answer, and hopefully that you'll embrace it and realize that, my moniker is You're Unlimited. So important that you participate in it. And even if we've forgotten things. Whatever your age is, your computer, which is your brain, which has a hard disk and stores all this information, has trillions and trillions of gigabits or terabytes. And there are many things we know, but we've forgotten and we need to be reminded of. So I invite all of you, freeconferencecall.com. You can come in your pajamas or whatever you want to come in, because I'm not going to know. And you have a choice to listen and express questions and express how you feel. To access that information, please give them the telephone number.
That number is 202-926-1059. And the access code, Michael?
125446#. One more time, please.
Got it. 202-926-1059. And the code, Michael?
125446#. Using the same telephone number. Let me correct that. Using the same codes. And, I'm going to change that. I'm going to go back to the original. This is not rehearsed, as you can tell. Using the same telephone number and same codes. The second Saturday of every month, we have what we call Mass Consciousness Healing. And it goes from 9:55 a.m. Pacific time to 11:01 Pacific time. And what you do is you call in and we talk for a couple of minutes, welcome everybody. Then we go into a deep meditation. You become one with the true source of unconditional love as it flows through your body, changing the vibrations and energy of your body. Then it comes out like a gigantic lotus flower, covering the planet, the animal, mineral, and vegetable kingdom. We're part of the animal kingdom and making a difference, bringing about love and joy, because my goal is to turn this beautiful planet back to the proverbial Garden of Eden of love and joy. Understanding that, we ask your participation. And to access that, it's the same code and telephone number. Would you please give them that?
The number is 202-926-1059. And the code, Michael?
125446#. One more time, please.
202-926-1059. And the code, Michael?
125446#. Go ahead and I ask all of you to join us. And one other little item that's very powerful, and that is on Tuesday evening, I give messages of empowerment. It's only 10 minutes long. And there are two ways to access it. So one is you can access the audio. If you're driving your car, you're angry at your spouse, or you had a hard day at work, these go from number 3 to 391. Choose anyone. They're not listed what their name is. You don't want to read almost 400 names or titles. You go, well, I think I'm going to listen to 302. And then you listen to it 10 minutes long, just what I needed to hear. That's the feedback. To access that information, all you need to dial is
434-300-4170. And the same code, Michael?
Access goes 125446#. And remember, between 3 and 391. That's all you need to do. one other item, and that is you can go to Dr. Michael B. Gross on YouTube. And all the podcasts that you and I have done over the years, you can watch them. Also, some of the words of wisdom are all also there, not all of them, most of them. And you'll find a beautiful photograph taken by an award winning photographer, which is T.U. Knapp. And there would be a little motto or wonderful thoughts of wisdom. And like you are unlimited, or what you think you create, what you create you experience, or you are the SOLE or SOUL creator of your life. Little floating here. Just look at that, push the button, subscribe, and share it with many other people. Because the more souls we get to look at it, the more souls will realize that we are the solution, and we can make a difference. And it's time for us to stand up and make a difference. And one other thought, and then as I'd like to share with you, is that I'm getting ready to start the mystery schools. For those of you who are not aware of the mystery schools, it's spirituality taught thousands of years ago before the time of Christ, all over the world, and even during the time of Christ. And it's how to become the one in an alignment with the true source, how to create and manifest a life of joy, happiness, and abundance, how to have harmony and peace, how to raise your vibrations, and how to bring about unconditional love and allowingness and non-judgmental on this planet and into your life. It's not for you, it's for the world. It's working with the true source inner guidance so you know exactly what to do. And every one of us has a spiritual mission and goal, and you'll discover what that is, which is so important. More news on that. And one last thing. Thank you for letting me go over time. And that is the International Institute of Self Empowerment, TIISE, nonprofit, which we call TICE. It's a 301c, no, it's
501.
501c3. Thank you. I'm
You're
floating
welcome.
everywhere. 501c3, and it's so important. It's nonprofit. It's about helping women and men and children overcome abuse, finding financial independence and success in life. And we are open to contributions if you so desire. To let you know, we do have some seed money, working hard and perfecting many things, working hard on our website and including many important things. But neither TU and I have drawn any money from it. It's all for the benefit of those souls we'll be working. So I want to thank every one of you, and I want you to realize that you are important to us and important to the world. And just like we would talk about a radio or TV, this is brought to you by Healing the Holes in Your Soul, written by T.U. Knapp.
And
It's a store,
the spiritual
it's a
primer.
true
Go ahead,
about
Michael.
finding your way, digging yourself out of a dark hole into the light to make a difference in your life and your families and to help other souls find their own self and self-worth, self-love and self-esteem. So must read.
I highly, highly, highly recommend that. Thank you so much for the accolades on the book, Michael, that I wrote. He wrote the foreword in my book, but I highly, highly recommend that everybody starts here with a spiritual primer because this is Michael's second edition, and you can only get it right now through one of us, okay? That's why all the contact information is in the chat, because it's not up on Amazon yet, except for one copy. I think it's selling for like $500 or something, right, Michael?
Yeah.
Well, that tells you a little bit. That tells you a little bit about how valuable this book is. This book and this gentleman sitting next to me virtually saved my life. Truly, truly, truly a priceless gift to anyone who is struggling with any of life's challenges, and anyone who is who knows someone who's also struggling with life's challenges. You know, this is a definite must read, because if it wasn't for this book and this gentleman sitting next to me, the book he's holding would not be in existence at all. So this is an incredible beginning, and what a true gift to give to someone else who you love. So on that note, Michael, is there anything else you'd like to add? This is a beautiful book. Highly recommend it. Oh yeah, and he'll sign a copy for you, where you can't get a signed
Thank
copy on him.
So thank you. All I would like to add is join us every Thursday. And if you can't, watch the reruns, as they say, and invite others to join us. Just remember, everybody, that collectively, as we get together, we can change the energy of this planet and create self worth, self love, and self esteem, and respect and honor for everything and everyone. It's so important because the days to come are going to be very challenging. And we don't have to be part of that challenge. We can be part of that changes everything, to have love and joy and happiness. Be in the synergy of that energy of love and joy and happiness, and the synergy of the energy of that. You are unlimited. Thank you, everyone. Take care. We love you. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Join us next
Thank
Thursday and
you.
invite your friends, okay? Thank you, Michael.